I can also put them on the screen. All right. So we are live on Facebook. So if you want to share it or anything like that, we are now live. We'll give people some time to hop on. How's the weather in Ohio today?
Sunny but cold. We actually had snow yesterday. I know. It was out of nowhere because we had almost 75 degrees, almost 80 degrees last week. And yesterday it was 30 and snowing. So it's a little bipolar, but we're used to that
Especially
April.
this time of year. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm in Houston, right? So normally it's like really hot and April's normally like pretty good weather, but like this week has been cold. So the other morning I woke up and it was like 45 degrees out. And I was just like, I'm not getting out of bed right now. Like this isn't like Houston. We're actually in the process of moving soon. So like I packed up all of my like winter, like winter clothes. So I have like one hoodie and like 2 pairs of like workout pants, and like 1 pair of sweatpants. So I've just been like piling on clothes and wearing vests inside the house, stuff like that. But yes, it's been interesting for sure. Okay, cool. So it's 2:00. We'll give people a few minutes here to get on.
Okay.
But for those of you that don't know me, my name's Katie. I'm an agent here in Houston. And I'm here with Heather, who is a real estate agent out of Ohio, and does a lot on social media, is very involved with, I'm sure you can tell more about what you're involved with, but with NAR and a lot of the other associations. So that's kind of how we found each other, was through Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all of the other socials. I'm not sure which one was first, but all of the groups. So if you just want to give, I guess, a little bit of bio and rundown on you, we can.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Haas. I'm out of Dayton, Ohio. And I've been a realtor now I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary. So I still consider myself a baby, but I've made it pretty far, as most people would say. I'm also a trainer for my company, which is HER Realtors. And I am pretty involved on many different levels at NAR and my local associations. At NAR, I'm actually on the YPN advisory board. So that's where a lot of people know me, and a lot of my networking's been done is through YPN, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably where we first connected, I would say, probably, because I'm involved with like HER, YPN, so I'm part of the NAR Facebook group and all that. So always fun to connect with other people in other markets. So Heather does have a presentation. If you guys have questions or comments, if you're out there watching, say hello, give us a like, and share the video so that we can share more information about TikTok. But if you want to dig in, we can start on the info that you have prepared.
Awesome. Okay. So I did a class on it a couple weeks ago. Brian Copeland, who does this wonderful event called Rebar, which got canceled physically, but he decided to do them virtually. And he's like, "Can you do TikTok?" It's like 2 days beforehand. So I threw together a presentation. I just decided to roll with it. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And it's thinking about it.
Cool, guys. While she's getting that pulled up, if you have TikTok or don't have TikTok, let us know. If you do have TikTok, drop your username in the comments so people can follow you on the TikTok.
Yes. You can follow me at Dayton Real Estate Darling. That's also my Instagram handle. And I don't know why this doesn't want to seem to be working. I apologize.
All good. It would be a little clunkier, but if you want to, is it like a PowerPoint or a
It's
PDF?
Actually on Canva. It's a PowerPoint. So
if you want to send it to me, I can always try to share on my screen too.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. What's your email?
Katie, Katie, at Move Me to Texas, and it's MOVEMETOTX.com.
Okay. So I went ahead and shared it to you. Let me know if you get it.
TikTok.
It's going to be shared for Canva.
Yeah. Okay,
But as far as TikTok goes, I've been using it a lot for just personal branding more than anything. There are a lot of agents out there who have been ahead of this and have been doing this for a year. It seems like everybody's starting to get on now because they're bored and they're like, oh, I'm going to try something new. But yeah, so okay, here's my presentation.
Perfect.
So TikTok for me, like I said, is more about my personal branding. If you click up on that right-hand corner, you can do present.
Yeah. So the only problem with that is then I can't see
Okay.
the other
everybody.
screen. I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
No, you're fine. If not, no big deal. We
Is that
can just
fine?
scroll down. Yeah, just scroll down.
Okay.
Okay. So my main strategy is how to how to make a TikTok and engage with your audience. Go ahead and scroll down. And go ahead and scroll down again. Okay, so here is the main page that you come to when you have your TikTok screen up. This is called the For You page. This is the home page. This is what the algorithm is going to be kind of based on, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But anybody you also follow, it's right next to, on the top of the screen, it's right next to that. You can also just look at videos of people you follow. So down here, we have the green arrow. We got a discover button. We have the purple arrow is pointing to the make button. The yellow arrow is pointing to your inbox. And then the red button is pointing to your profile. Go ahead and scroll down. You can go ahead and scroll down. There you go.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, and then these buttons over here to your right, the yellow button is all about if you like somebody's content, you can follow it. You just press that pink plus button. Then that red button is obviously you like it, you're going to heart it. And this is how you engage with content. And this is how the algorithm is actually built, is through those first four buttons. The next button is comments. So when you want to comment on something. And the purple button or the purple arrow is pointing to the share button. Shares really boost up your algorithm. And then the green arrow is pointing to the music. So a lot of times when people are asking me like, what do I do with TikTok? Sorry if you hear my dog in the back. She has a little squeaky bone. But a lot of times people are asking, how do you get the sound? I can't search it. Because sometimes sounds, if they're not music, can be really, really hard to search. It's that little arrow, green arrow, what that green arrow is pointing to. So you click that button and it will take you to anybody who's ever used that sound, and you can add it to your favorites, or you can click use that sound now. And that's how you steal sounds. And so a lot of your lip syncing videos that are just people talking, that's where you're going to want to steal that sound. Go ahead and go to the next page. So this is what happens. This is what it looks like when you are creating a TikTok. Now it may look a little bit different depending on what type of phone you have. Because I started realizing, like, I have an Android, I have a Note, and TikTok has a bunch of extra features for iPhone users. So there's a few different buttons for iPhone users that I'm kind of jealous, like, that I don't have. But
Team iPhone, you might need to switch over.
Oh my gosh, I have never been pro iPhone until like I'm like, well, now I can't get all these cool features with TikTok. I can't believe like I was seriously this close to considering getting an iPhone just so I can make better TikToks. I won't yet. We'll see.
Yet.
We'll see. But so this is your main page. Up there at the top where it says sounds, that's going to be the sound you're using. It's going to usually scroll there at the top, just the name. You can also click that to find other sounds if you're just going straight from making a TikTok. This purple circle over here to the right, those are just your main functions. You can flip it. I always have beauty mode on. Smooths out your skin just a little bit, but not to where it makes you look like a porcelain doll. Like you still look like a real human. And then you have some filters, which are basically just like your Instagram filters. Like it's nothing. It's not going to put any crazy effects on your face. And then this yellow circle over here is your timer. And we'll talk a little bit more about the timer later because that is a really important button. And then these two circles down here with the numbers, those are also really important. We're going to talk about those a little bit later. And then, of course, the red button, that's where you can record. I actually rarely use that record button because I use the timer more. But the red button is where you can record. The green circle is effects. The red circle over here is if you wanted to upload videos outside of TikTok to be uploaded to TikTok. And then the purple circle down here, the purple pinkish circle, you can do 15-second videos, 60-second videos. They have some templates if you want to upload, certain things. And then you can also go live on TikTok. Now, you cannot go live on TikTok unless you have a minimum of 1,000 followers. That button does not pop up unless you have a minimum of 1,000 followers. But a lot of people, that's how they're engaging with their audience. So lives are really important in the TikTok world. You can also receive gifts, and that's how a lot of people make money off of TikTok, is for the live. I have not figured that out. I have not gone live yet. I think it's a little strange to have strangers just sending me gifts.
If it's money, I'm not opposed to it.
I know. It's crazy. There's some people that have their Cash Apps and their Venmos inside
their
bios.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't know, but I was on a TikTok last week and it was somebody's birthday and they were live and people were sending them gifts, which were money. And I was like, oh, okay. I haven't done that yet, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, you can go to the next page. So here is your sound. So back to that original one where you saw the home screen and you went to the sounds button. There are two important pages on the sounds. This is what you're going to see when you click sounds. You can search different types of music. Oh, I don't know why it says add heading there. Oops. But you can click add music. All the stuff that is new is right there. Anything that's a trending song, greatest hits, anything like that is going to be here on that page. But what I do a lot is when I'm scrolling through TikTok, hours at night when I can't sleep and I'm stealing sounds, I'm favoriting songs. And that's going to be in my favorites, which is over there is on that second screen there. So any song that I favorited is going to be over there and I can use that song directly. So any song I want to use later on, I'm like, oh, that would make a really good TikTok down the road. I will go ahead and save that and save there. You can go ahead to the next page. And then we got effects. So TikTok is loaded with all sorts of effects. And if you get really good at them, you could do some fun stuff. The most popular one I see is the face zoom. So it literally zooms up almost right there to your face, and then you can move and it moves with your face. And you can save them as your favorites. So there on the screen, there's that little flag down there to the left. And if you click that, it'll save to your favorite. So you can always have that. It's right above where there you go. Yeah, that one. So if you save it, then it'll save into that little one right next to the trending. But yeah, so it's really cool to use some effects. I don't use a ton. I'll use the face zoom. I'll use the disco one. But I don't do a ton with the effects unless if it calls for it. Go ahead and go to the next page. And so when I'm making these screenshots, I'm like, what do I do? I'm just going to make faces at the camera. Um, so when I'm making the TikToks, this is where I was saying it was really important. So that purple circle up there is the song I was using. The yellow is the timer, and then the green is the trim. Now, the second screenshot you see there is the timer. So what you can do, there's this little red line over there that's showing next to the music. You can actually move that line to record only a certain section of song. So a lot of times you'll see people like do these transitions, and that's what they're doing. They're going to have the section of song that they're going to record, and then they're going to press start shooting, just record that section, and then go to the next part. So that's where you can go at, that's where you do a lot of your fancy editing skills. A lot of people are like, I just can't figure it out. That seems so complex. And I'm like, it's not, you gotta play with this stuff. And then your next screenshot there is the trim. Sometimes the songs are longer. When you go to save them, it might not be the part of the song you want. You can actually trim the song to start where you want. And you just move that little like sound bar until you find the area that you wanted to start. And then you just start it. And then also with that middle screenshot there, I have it on a timer, so it will count down. I actually have this fancy little tripod thing. This one was $30 off of Amazon. I got it. My mom, my parents are like, I can't believe you bought something for your TikTok videos. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I did. Because lighting is super important in a lot of the videos that we do, as you know. But it also has a phone holder, so I can, do the countdowns. Go ahead and go to the next page. Okay, and that's the original screenshot I shared at the beginning, kind of showing you where you can, see the different things. The green arrow is pointing to Discover. So Discover is that next screenshot. That's going to show you any of the trending hashtags that are going on. Yes, Tiger King, there's actually a song, I'm sure you've seen it, to the song Savage, but it's called Carol Baskins, and you dance to Savage, but Carol Baskins. It's interesting. When I did this a couple weeks ago, the distance dance was really popular, but that's where you're going to see a lot of your trending kind of thing. So if you're trying to follow trends, that's where you're going to want to follow. Go ahead to next page. This is your messages. So reason why this is super important is because TikTok's algorithm is, and we were talking about this right before the show started, is TikTok's algorithm, there is an algorithm, but it's not like your Facebook. It's not like your Instagram. It's not like any of the other social media platforms. You get boosted and put in front of more people the more you interact with them. So that does stay the same like Facebook. And what you want to do is there on that second screenshot, I will filter down from all activity, and I will actually go to likes, comments, mentions, anything like that. I'll click on comments, and then I'll reply to everybody that comments onto my page as long as it's appropriate. Because you get not appropriate stuff on there, and then I might just delete that because I don't want to see that on my page. And that's how the TikTok algorithm kind of figures you out. But so it's really important that you engage with your audience, especially after you just posted a video. The more you start engaging with people that are commenting on that video right away, then the more you're going to get boosted onto the For You page. And the For You page is where you want to be, because that's where you're going to get put in front of the larger audience. You could go ahead and go to the next one. And then this is what your profile is going to look like. So when you go straight to your profile, it's going to be that left box right there, or that left screenshot. It's going to show you how many followers that you have, how many likes you've done, how many people you're following. It's going to have your profile in there. I have my Instagram hooked up, and it's actually like gained me a lot more Instagram followers, just, being hooked up to my Instagram, because if people like you on one medium, they want to see you on another. So I definitely recommend hooking up your Instagram. I think you can hook up your YouTube also. So if you have a YouTube channel, definitely use that button. I have not gotten into YouTube that much to want to promote it right there. This green circle up to the left is where you can add friends. So if you want to add anybody, that's where you're going to search it. The blue circle right over there is your favorite. So any video you have ever favorited is going to be right there. Now, as you can see, I favorited 10,000 videos. Obviously, I spend a lot of time on this app. I might not filter all through, but there might be one day I just want to look at all the videos that have ever made me laugh. They're going to be right there in that little blue spot. And then you have that purple circle, which is drafts. So a lot of times I'll make a video because maybe I'm dressed and I'm ready to go at that moment, but I don't want to post it quite yet. I'll save it in my drafts, which is a feature I just discovered like 3 weeks ago. I don't know why I never played with that button, but I was like, oh, this is amazing. And it'll save it there and you can post it at a later time or you can record, something later on. And then over there is just your edit your profile. And like I said, you can add in your Instagram and your YouTube page. Go ahead to the next one. Okay, so here are some screenshots. I actually just took these earlier today. One of the things people always ask me is how do you do the lip syncs and how do you do the duets? So right where that purple arrow is, that's the share. And when you share, it's going to go to the second screen. You can save a video. You can't save all videos. The user has to give you permission, obviously. You can duet. Stitch is a new feature. You can react, and there's a few other things. Now, another important reason for this this screenshot is a lot of times right next to where it says save video, there's a button that says not interested. So if you do not like that content, you can click that button and you'll never see like something, I don't want to say never, but you're going to see it less. You can also hold the screen down on the original video and it's going to give you that option. This is how this is how TikTok figures out what you like. But anyways, with the duet, the reason why I like to do it is a lot of people like to do the dances. Now, I'm not saying you have to dance on TikTok. If you don't like the dance, it's going to show in your face that you don't like the dance like it does anywhere else. But if you do like to dance and you want to learn a dance, this is my little trick for learning dances. So when you click the duet, it's going to take you to the second screenshot here. And I always go and I push the 2x or the 3x button. Because when it records in slow motion. So you can learn the dance in slow motion and you can build up your muscle memory and just keep relearning that dance in slow motion. And then it actually when in post-production, it actually looks faster. It's kind of a cool feature. And the videos to the left of this 1x will actually record faster, but it slows everything down in post-production. So it's really interesting. And then of course the timer is my favorite button of all time because I'm not always able to record right there and I have my little tripod. Go ahead to the next one.
I didn't know about the 2x, 3x, so that might actually be a way that I could do the dances because a lot of them I don't think I could do otherwise. So I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you learn stuff for muscle memory. You learn dances and stuff like that for muscle memory. So I don't know if these will play. These were just videos okay, there it goes. This is what I'm talking about. It records in slow motion. See, it slows him down. Now, if you go to the next one, it's going to show you what it looks like in post-production. And there you go. So that's my little trick for learning the dances and also duetting. And when you duet, it actually makes your content seem more also on the For You page because you're interacting with more people, and that's what TikTok likes. It likes interactions. It also likes when your videos get watched to the end and when they get rewatched. So that's so making content that you feel that it can be watched all the way to the end. So a lot of the videos that are really important are like before and after. So there's one of the most popular ones is oh, beauty mode. Like, what's beauty mode? And it's like somebody that's looking like they just rolled out. Well, most likely they did just roll out of bed. And then like afterwards they're all done up. And I mean, I can't believe some of these, girls with their makeup and stuff, like they look like completely different people. But that's a video I watch completely to the end.
And probably like over and
Um,
over again, right? You're like, wait, did that really happen? And you stay on it, right? And then
I'm just like, wait, was that the same person? Like they talk about being catfish, and at first I'm like, oh, like I do my makeup up, but I still look like the same person. Like these people look completely different, and I'm not talking cosplay different, but there's a big cosplay, um, stuff on there. But that's the great thing about TikTok is that there's something for everybody there. Which is funny because one of my slides says it's not for everybody. But I'll get a little bit more into that here in a second. Go ahead, go to the next page. So here's just a little bit more of my TikTok tips. Be yourself. Um, when you do so, if you don't like the dances, don't do the dances because it'll show. We have something in our faces called micro expressions, and people pick up on that. And if you don't like it, they're going to be able to tell you don't like it. And it's a difference between not being comfortable with it and not liking it, because you might not be comfortable with it, but you still want to give it a try. You're still a little bit excited. But if you're just like, oh, this is this is stupid. Like I don't want to be savage. Like, then it's gonna show in your face. So I recommend just being yourself. Don't overuse hashtags too much. And don't always use the FYP or the for you. That's something I'm starting to learn a little bit more, because those are really popular hashtags. And there's two reasons. If you use them too much, you'll get shadow banned, which is basically where TikTok hides your content a little bit more. And that happens on all social media platforms. But also, for you, like TikTok wants to put you in groups of people that are like you and will promote you. So if you're using a hashtag FYP and for you, like what group do you belong in? I'll use, if it's a real estate content, I'll use like the hashtag realtor, realtor life, houses, um, anything like that. I haven't been doing a lot of real estate content lately, just with everything going on. My focus is more on making people laugh and being a mom and everything like that. So hashtag mom life is big. By the way, it's a huge misconception that that like everybody is only 15 on that app. It is true, Gen Z makes up 40% of the app, but guess what? The other 60% is millennials and older. So I get a lot of times like, oh, like you're just hanging out with the teenagers and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, they're on there, but I don't always see them. Like, I see a lot of mom stuff because I'm like, you know, doing stuff with that. Following with the trends. Oh, I misspelled the word there. So when you follow trends, and you'll see like when you're scrolling for your For You page, like what the trends are, and a lot of them are songs, dances, and everything like that. You can do your own spin on it. So I follow a lot of doctors for some reason on TikTok. And oh, thanks. I follow a lot of doctors on TikToks, and there's this one doctor, and he loves to do the dances, but he's throwing out information, medical information, while he's dancing. So that's like his own little spin on it. I do the same. Like I'll do like some of the dances, and I'll throw out some real estate information. The other thing is share to other platforms. So I'm building an audience on TikTok, and I've done pretty well as far as growing an audience organically for TikTok. But a lot of my SOI is not on TikTok. They're on Instagram and they're on Facebook. So I always save the video and I upload to other platforms, and that's where people are seeing me at. And that's why they're like, "Oh, you're the expert in TikTok," and I'm like, I mean, if you say so. I still don't know how to do the transitions and stuff, but if you want to say I am, sure. But sharing to the other platforms is where I've gained a lot of notoriety, and people just love it. And it's a way to just engage with people and stay in touch with people and work my brand, which is basically being funny. um, we've talked a little bit. There is an algorithm. It's all based on things that you want to engage with and that you like. That's what you're going to see a little bit more of. So if you're kind of all over the place with your content, you may not get seen a lot. Whereas if you're building, like what I tell most people, and there's a slide in here for that, what I tell most people, I'm like, pick 3 or 4 things that you feel like you could passionately talk about and go with that. Make videos about that. I mean, I follow a lot of doctors. I'm really not that interested in doctors, but some of the content they put out there is awesome. I follow a geologist, like I follow some historians, and they're just putting out like little like tidbits. I follow a lot of psychologists, and it's really cool, like the different things that are on there. Encouraging engagement, so liking, commenting, sharing. Sharing can get your post seen 20% more. Shared twice can get it seen 40% more. So you don't see a lot of shares, but you can share it. Go ahead, go to the next page. And then responding to people, like I said, engaging with your community and building a community. So if you're a mom life, if you're a realtor, people that like houses, want to see houses, are other realtors. Consistency is key, like it is in any social medias, which is posting 1 to 3 times a day. Like posting at least once a day helps build your brand a lot more on TikTok. And then editing outside of TikTok. A lot of people don't like the editing features inside of TikTok, so you can edit on the outside of TikTok and then upload. And then mixed info and dancing. Like people just like to see people having fun. I have a video we were talking about before where it's just like this song, and I'm giving these are the steps of buying a home in 10 seconds. It's like bam, 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 bam. And that's my info and my dancing. And I think I have a video on the next slide. Oh no, it's like 2 slides from now. Anyways, we've already kind of talked about it, how the TikTok algorithm works, video completion, share, rewatches, and social interaction. It's not for everybody. So a lot of people I've been noticing is like, they're like, oh, I want to try it, but I'm not sure. I'm like, just check out the app, but it's not for everybody. And that's okay. Because a lot of people, they see like Facebook and they want to do Facebook advertising and they want to do this, and they're spreading themselves too thin for something that they probably won't like in the end. So if you feel like you won't like it, don't get on it. Like, it's okay. Like, if you don't like it, like I said, it's going to show, and you're not going to be able to get, leads and stuff for there. And people are getting leads through this platform. I know plenty of like lenders and realtors who are getting a lot of leads because they're putting out information that people are interested in, and they're becoming it's a way for them to connect with their community. Like people in my community are starting to kind of know who I am for this app, which is kind of cool. So if you go to the next screen, here's like my 3 things that I can talk about. Like I said, if you just make a list, that'll help you create some content. Go ahead and go to the next one. Here's one of the videos. And it's just, oh, you can't hear the music. It's okay. So it's just music. And I have like, here's me as a realtor. It's just like my kind of like bio page for 10 seconds. And then on the next page, that's just a video I created a couple of weeks ago. I've been doing something called the Social Distancing Diaries, which is basically just stuff that help, promote my humor. And if you want to play it, you can.
Yeah, I really liked this one.
And the sound is just like this la 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 la, and it's just go crazy by my daughter. So that's helping me engage with a lot of people is they're like, oh, that's funny. And it's getting me in front of people and doesn't have anything to do with work, which is
Yeah.
nice. And then I think we're pretty much to the end. Oh, so there's this video going around right now of the BBC because TikTok was sued a few years ago. And I like to touch on this because I've been getting a lot of questions or being tagged or sent this video. And this lawsuit came from something that was happening with TikTok in its early days, like back in 2015, 2016. Whereas there's this national order saying that if you're 13 or younger, you have to have your parents' permission to download an app or anything like that. And TikTok didn't have that feature built in there yet, and so they got put under fire because all these little kids were signing up for this app and they shouldn't have been. That has been resolved now, and a lot of people are asking me, how can I make TikTok safe? So obviously, the more privacy settings you put on, if you're using this more for branding and to be in front of people, you don't want to put on a ton of privacy settings. But if it's something that you're concerned about your kids or something you just want to share between friends, here's some TikTok safety tips. Making your account private so it can be just kept between your friends. Enable a digital well-being feature, which is actually a really neat feature that TikTok came out to reduce bullying through the app. And if you click that feature, it will not only limit the time you spend on your app for the day, but it also does its best to try to block any inappropriate content because there is an inappropriate content on there, and it's not going to show it. Like I rarely see it, but I don't react to inappropriate content, so it's not going to be on my page. But when TikTok's trying to figure you out in the first month or so, and if you're not on there a lot, then something may show up that's not, best. But they try their best, and I haven't seen anything too off-colored, but I've heard things. So turn comments to friends only or off entirely. You can manage who duets with you. You can manage who can send you direct messages. And you can also turn on a feature to filter out what type of comments will be allowed on your page. Because there are people, it's the internet. There are bullies out there. There are people that will comment like some crude stuff. And you can, put that in there. Say, no, I don't want to see this type of stuff. And I think we're there at the end.
Fantastic. I feel like TikTok, so I downloaded it probably like 6 months ago or so, maybe. And like at first I just was like, oh, okay, I don't understand this, so I deleted it, right? And then I re-downloaded it at some point, and it's like I watched a bunch of videos, made like one or two, but it became like a time suck. Like the videos are so funny. Like I look at the clock and it's like an hour later, right? So it's definitely funny. It's definitely fun. So if you guys don't have it downloaded, I would recommend to download it and just kind of see what's out there. And see kind of, again, like what you don't like, things that you may want to do. So it could be dancing. It could be, other things. Kenny asked, can I be good at TikTok if I don't know how to dance?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think I prefer to see Kenny dance though. So
exactly. Like that might actually say be like your video, like you attempting to dance but can't dance, and it could be a hashtag like bad dancer or something. Also, who is Renegade? Sorry, I just realized where the live comments were.
Yeah.
So hashtag Renegade. It's a dance. It's a hard dance. I haven't even attempted that dance, but I don't know. It's like Renegade. Yeah. That's
now
all
I know the secret. Now
that.
I know the secret though of the slowdown. So I might actually be able to do it, because otherwise I'm just like, that's me. That's my dance. Cool. So outside of, I guess, like what you had in your presentation, is there anything else that you would say as far as recommendations? And if anyone watching right now has any questions about TikTok or anything like that, drop them in the comments. But Heather, do you have anything else that you wanted to add or talk about?
I think it's just playing around. Like that's how I had to learn all of this, was just playing around with all the different features on there, because I mean, like I said, 3 weeks ago, I didn't even know there was a draft button and I could save drafts. I'm figuring out how to do certain things all the time, and play with the different effects. And then there's always like people's uploading TikTok tips and how to do transitions and how to do this. So you can always follow that hashtag to see more of that content.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. I'm so excited. I've got, I think, some good tips to try to step up my TikTok game.
Awesome.
So
Your
I'll have
TikTok.
to tag you in my next video. We'll see how that
Awesome.
goes. And you are Dayton. So Alexa just asked awesome info. What is your handle? And it's Dayton Real Estate Darling, right?
Yes, yes. If you see any of my TikTok video or anybody's TikTok videos are uploaded on like Instagram or Facebook, it's always going to be in either the top left corner or bottom right, the handles.
All right, cool. Well, again, I appreciate your time today, and hopefully you create some more fun. I guess you're doing one every day, right?
Pretty
That
much,
you're
yeah. I
to
do
stay at
one every
home?
day.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I've
And
been seeing them.
if I'm like, oh, that's going to be a sweatpants day tomorrow, I'll record like 2 or 3 the day before and just save it in my drafts and post later.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. When you get fully dressed and all that, you gotta take advantage of that these days. So
Uh-huh.
cool. Well, Heather, I truly appreciate your time today. This was fantastic. And I look forward to talking to you on I guess on TikTok.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, cool. See you later.
See ya.